Hello there. So recently the non-stop 70-star category extension has been undergoing something of a theoretical revolution. Non-stop is that weird category extension that runners occasionally get really excited about for a few weeks before setting a new PB and moving on. The non-stop code does nothing more than cancelling the star dance animation upon grabbing a power star, but this has dramatic effects on the routing for the 70-star category, so much that it provides a completely different experience of the game. No longer a series of discrete challenges lasting 10 to 30 seconds each, now the runner must navigate from star to star within the level, in some cases collecting 4 or 5 stars in less than 1 minute. Although the non-stop code has been around for a decade or more at this point, the 70-star non-stop category didn't really gain much popularity until around 2018. In summer 2018, the race was on to devise the best possible route for completing this new version of the game in under 30 minutes, without any backwards long jumps which are banned in 70-star. Which 70 stars should be collected and in what order? The route was found, and the first world record that showcased this new route was done by LunaJump in August 2019 with an impressive 30 minutes 25 seconds. While making this video, I reached out to LunaJump, who told me that his route was based primarily on the work done by the runner Toast Rider, with some contributions on individual strats coming from Fantax and Axel Killer. 2 stars from B.O.B, all the stars from Womp's Fortress, Dark World Reds, Wingcap, both stars in Peach's Secret Slide, 4 stars in CCM, 2 from BBH. Then you go to the basement from Nips 1, 4 stars from SSL, 6 more from LLL, giving 30 stars required to visit DDD, where 2 stars are collected, and then red coin stars from Fire Sea. Then it's upstairs for 4 each from Wet Dry World and THI, before 5 stars from TTM and SL along with the Toad star. Then it's back to basement from Nips 2, Toad, and then 4 stars from HMC, up to Tippy for 5 stars from Rainbow Road, grab Toad, and then finally all 6 stars from TTT to finish, with 70 stars ready to take on Bowser in the Sky. This run also demonstrated a number of optimizations within stages that would become staples of the category. For example, spinning back to the second pillar in SSL after killing Klepto the Bird, collecting the secret star in Wet Dry World after activating the wooden elevator and then racing back to beat the elevator to the top for the hurry up star, and this neat little backflip to get from the waterfall star to the mountaintop in TTM. In October 2018, Triforce TK became the first runner to beat this category in under 30 minutes, posting a time of 29:53 on the 27th of October 2018. The record was lowered a few more times over the next 6 months until 28:45 by Triforce TK on the 26th of March 2019. In 2021, 70-star legend D Whatever turned his attention to the category. After learning the route in a few days, he set a new world record of 28:16 on the 5th of August 2021. At the end of 2022, a new non-stop league was announced which would bring more attention than ever before to the non-stop category extension. The Discord for this league quickly became a hive of activity, with runners learning the route developed by LunaJump and others 4 years before. Since this league was only a few weeks long, a new alternate Discord server was set up to discuss all things non-stop. Category extension Discord, there'll be a link down in the description for those interested. Optimizations were found, PBs were set, and new questions began to ask, and one in particular got asked quite frequently: why can't we skip BBH? So, why can't we skip BBH? First of all, why would you want to skip BBH? BBH is a 1 minute section in the run where only 2 cat stars are collected, so skipping it and adding additional stars to other stages seems like a logical time save. To understand why BBH skip is not so simple, we need to understand some things about non-stop. Number 1. Certain stars are not available on the first visit to a stage. For example, the Penguin Race in CCM is only available once the slide is completed and the star collected. To collect the CCM Penguin Race would require the runner to die in CCM after collecting the slide star and then re-entering the level to complete the slide again. MIPS 2 is basically a free star. The journey from lobby to HMC is pretty fast, and collecting a second MIPS star along the way is obviously going to save time. And number 3, you need to collect 30 stars from the lobby and basement before you can get to DDD. Any candidates to replace 2 stars from BBH therefore need to come from either B.O.B, SSL, LLL or CCM. So B.O.B is extremely fast with Island Hop, and a route that collects the star from the King Babom had been tried in the past, but the boss fight is really it's surprisingly long, and the journey just to the top of the mountain and back takes too long. Collecting extra stars in SSL would need to implement either reds, IROC or 100 coins. Obviously this would be terrible. The only remaining stars in LLL would be the 100 coin star, and this would need to be collected without the shell. The only extra star in CCM that the route doesn't already collect is red coins. It seems possible, and the CCM route that included red coins was created by non-stop legend Sol, but it was still only just a few seconds fasting, and fast enough to be justifiable. And anyway, there are 2 stars in BBH, so collecting 1 star extra in CCM would still leave you 1 star short for the 30 star door. You could revert back to a HMC early route, but then you'd need to replace MIPS 2 with an upstairs star as well, and any time saved by skipping BBH would be eaten up by the other stars and this HMC early route. Unless SSL had always been done at the first basement stage because that's how things were done in vanilla 70 star. On top of that, sand pits inside the pyramid offer a convenient and fast death so that the runner can move on to Lethal Lava Land, where the runner would pause and stage exit, ready to enter DDD with 30 stars. However, we collect 4 stars in SSL, while HMC contains 5, 4 in the stage proper and 1 star from Toad before entering the stage. So swapping the 3 basement stages around made it possible to collect enough stars from basement the first time, while still having a reason to come back for MIPS 2. So the new route would include CCM Reds, then over to basement, and enter LLL. Collect 6 stars before dying at the volcano. After this death, move over to HMC Toad before collecting the 4 stars from the HMC. Pause and stage exit with 30 stars. And an additional star can now be collected from any of the remaining stages while still being able to come back to basement for MIPS 2 and the 4 stars from SSL. Non-stop time comparisons are notoriously difficult to time. There are plenty of factors that make this route less than ideal. The LLL death is slower than the SSL death. It was unclear exactly how much time was required for CCM Reds, and it still needed to be decided whether DDD Chess or TTC 100 would be the extra star after the 30 star door. All in all, the new route would potentially add up to around a 8-second time save. The route never really took off during the league though. The movement to incorporate CCM Reds was pretty awkward, and it turned an otherwise simple stage into a difficult route. As well as this, relative to HMC, SSL is one of the more difficult stages in the route. There was a significant appeal to doing HMC late, just so that runners could get SSL out of the way early. With so many new runners learning the category from scratch, they generally found that they could improve their time simply by being better at movement. A new route that put all the hard stuff at the end wasn't particularly attractive to these runners. But then, without any warning, a mysterious user on Twitter posted a CCM Red route that could no longer be ignored. This route from ManXMud saved over 6 seconds over Sol's CCM route, so much time that ManXMud, unaware of the SSL late route, suggested its inclusion instead of Big Boo's balcony. Once ManXMud was invited to the Discord, things really kicked off. The new route was found to be so much quicker that most of the top runners started using it. It's likely that the next world record in this category will use this new route. With CCM Reds now replacing one of the BBH stars, the jury is still out as to which star should replace the other. Developments in Non-Stop 120 have made the 7-star route in TTC very fast indeed. Those with very good TTC 100 skills might opt for this star instead, but adding TTC 100 at the very end of an already stressful run might be a tall order. The other option is DDD chests, which when incorporated with careful health management can also save time in castle movement. Normally, once the star on Bowser's sub has been collected, the runner would stage exit and return to Fire Sea from the lobby. A death here would put Mario right outside the entrance to Fire Sea, but there is no fast way for Mario to die. In Non-Stop 16 star, a death in DDD is required, since with only 16 stars there is no way to get back to the Fire Sea after a stage exit. Death is achieved by way of a fire burn on the way to grabbing MIPS, and then a long fall from the tub's fin. Inspired by this, the community came up with a way to manage Mario's health through DDD by avoiding the healing effects of the jet stream rings, but with good swimming through the stage, Mario wasn't underwater long enough to fully deplete his health. Fall damage on the way to DDD was required. It turns out that by adding chests to the route, Mario was underwater long enough to hop on the sub with only 2 segments of health. You can then fall through the star to your death, saving 9 seconds in castle movement. So that's it. A new route has been found to skip BBH. It was discovered some time ago by Sol and the rest of the non-stop community. It was likely faster, but the time save would be small and difficult to measure precisely. With the improvements made by Manix Mud to the CCM Reds route, there is now no doubt at all about it. The route may save as much as 10 to 15 seconds over the old route. The key to this story is about everyone getting in the same place discussing the new strats. Before the Discord, the only resource people could easily find would be through the current world record run. These would often feature mistakes or out-of-date strats. With the League and then the Discord and now Sol's ultimate non-stop spreadsheet, link in the description, all of the resources for non-stop are now being brought together. On the 6th of February 2023, the run of Dark Dog set a new world record of 28:11. It seems likely that the next world record in this category will break the 28-minute barrier for the first time ever, and there has already been at least one new PB set with this new route. Thanks for watching, my name's Juggling Geek. I'd really urge any runners interested in this new way to play the game to head over to the category extension Discord so that non-stop will get the interest it deserves.